Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy! Light him up, Colin!
Welcome on in on a Thursday edition of Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3. Welcome, because it's March the 26th, 2026, and you got a great sports weekend ahead. We got our first taste at the NCAA tournament this time last week. Now you get the Sweet 16 and Elite Eights really tipping off this weekend with the first batch of Sweet 16 games tonight. It was opening day technically yesterday, but the rest of the MLB doesn't really get going until today and tomorrow. So happy opening day part two for those who celebrate. We're at the Florida Panthers right now because Amerant Bank Arena is hosting the Minnesota Wild tonight, where you're going to have the Florida Panthers haven't had the season that they have planned, taking on one of the best teams in that Western Conference in the Minnesota Wild. That will be 7 p.m. on ESPN tonight, so you can catch that at Amerant Bank. We got you for the next 2 hours today, up until 6 p.m. We got Kate Chumsland behind the glass up north of us in West Palm Beach, keeping us up over the ones and twos, and hockey subbing in favor of Damian Perez, myself, Mike, whoever it might be, in the absence of Christian Cat. For those who don't know, Christian Cat took a job in ESPN Milwaukee, but we got a lot to talk about, a lot to do. A couple World Cup qualifiers today, which we've been waiting for to see who's going to play their way into the group stage or play their way for a chance at getting into the group stage. And you have a full slate of baseball. We had it yesterday. You had Giants, Yankees yesterday. Netflix had the game. Not a great baseball game because the Yankees pounced on them early. The game was over before you could blink. But Netflix itself, Mike, yay or nay?
Nay. I am out.
A future in World, or they have future World Series
off,
games on their docket?
First off, I'm not in the business of ripping broadcasters and all that stuff, so I'm going to stay away from that. But pregame waste of time. The actual, I think, broadcast, like Matt Van Scourgen is great. CeCe's great, but dude, for a whole inning, it was completely gray. The contrast of the ball game just immediately went away, and there was no graphic for about an inning. I don't know. I think I'm good on Netflix. I think I'm good on Netflix.
Disaster.
And then
disaster.
Something that I barely even thought about at the time, but you brought up in the car on our way down here to Amerant Bank Arena, the commissioner.
They had him on. What must have been?
Count. Wait. The commissioner.
They got 90 seconds with Manfred. They did 90 seconds. They asked him 4 questions. Rob, welcome into the show. How you doing today? I'm doing great. I love baseball. I love going to the Yankee games when I was growing up. Rob, it was great having you on. Right? Enjoy the baseball season.
God forbid you had him on for another half inning.
Oh, my God, because the inning ended and they thought they had to get out of there because Netflix probably overproduced the heck out of it, where they had guest here, guest there. Oh, top of the 4th, we got this guy. Then we're going to the bottom of the 5th, we're going to have to go here. We're going to have to go there, do a spot here. Bert Kreischer is in the bay in a kayak for no reason at all. We're all good on Bert Kreischer in a kayak. All right, we're all set.
McCovey Cove.
It was a waste of time sitting there with a guy on a paddleboard and the mascot. We don't need Bert Kreischer breaking that down. That's number one. And they had just Jameis Winston. It was too much going on. They tried too hard.
They did. Honest to God. They tried way too hard to put on a spectacle, and they forgot that this is a baseball game. Listen, Colin, I'm into the WWE. My God, Jey Uso, can you throw the ball, brother? I don't need you to come on the microphone and start eating all over the place. Throw the damn ball so we can start playing some baseball. I must have texted 5 different times. Can we play baseball? To about 3 different group chats. That game, there wasn't a first pitch in that until 8:28.
It was an 8:05 start, I thought. And I think it started at 8:22.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It's
unacceptable. For baseball, it's unacceptable.
I agree. I think you hit the nail on the head, Cal. It was a spectacle. It wasn't a baseball game.
Try too hard.
Let's just do a little pregame. Give me a desk.
It blew up in their face,
and that's it. It really did. But, dude, the contrast, I think it was the second inning where it was literally I don't even know how to describe it. It was gray. It was legitimately gray, and there weren't really any colors.
Yeah, you didn't know
it wasn't vibrant.
You didn't know if it was foggy or not.
Right,
what's going on?
And then they didn't have the scoreboard, the score graphic up. I'd kid. Kyle, I'll tell you what. I'm good on the Netflix. Like today, all right, you know me. I got my fantasy team. I got action everywhere here. I'm on the MLB TV. It's perfect. I'm cycling through games. It's easy. It's nice. We don't need the whole spectacle from Netflix. And listen, Jey Uso yeeting. Dude, brother, get off the microphone, throw the pitch, and let's get the game going. That was a waste of time last night.
Yeah, Netflix really.
That was a waste of time last night.
Let's keep them away from baseball. Can we do that? I know there's so many, with ESPN pulling themselves out of like the baseball broadcasting sector. They had to bring NBC in. You still have Apple TV on Friday nights. You have your local broadcasters, which half of them are belly up in terms of bankruptcy.
Correct.
And then you have Fox, of course, whenever they get involved in the postseason play, TBS, Turner Sports, whatever it might be. The bottom line is baseball is not a sport where you need to create like The Rock or Chris Pratt doing the intros of the Super Bowl. We don't need all that. We want the game to start on time. We want a good broadcast crew in the booth. We want maybe a couple good guests. I have a couple good, if you want to do, I'm not a fan of it, but I know they do it. If you're going to have the in-game interview, I know they did one with Jazz Chisholm.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But at the very least, make sure you get somebody interesting and get one or two nice guests in the booth during the game to give us a couple stories. They had Bonds in there. That was interesting. Rob Manfred, they had him for about, like I said, about 100 seconds.
God forbid he bleeds over to the next inning. Bring him over to the next inning.
It sounded like they're constrained for time. They had to get him out. Because the first thing is,
it's a commissioner of baseball. What do you get him out?
Brings him in, and he goes,
he makes the rules.
Rob, we got a lot to ask you. We got a lot that we need to talk about. And he goes, how great is this? And then he starts going on about how great it is. And then Hunter Pence comes in and asks him about, hey, what do you think about where was your first love for baseball? Where'd that come out?
God.
Oh, okay. We got that. All right, we got that out of the way. And then we finally get into a little ABS, and then they get him out.
They get 3 outs. and then inning over.
World Baseball Classic. You don't want a doomsday, but a little lockout. Player negotiation.
Yes.
Expansion. You can ask him anything you want because there's a lot of people watching. If you're curious if baseball is going to get, are they going to go to Sacramento? Or are they going to go to Salt Lake City? Are they going to go to Nashville? Ask him. He's right there. I thought that was a malpracticed interview with Rob Manfred. And I also thought that ultimately they tried too hard.
They tried way too hard. Pre-game, game,
I didn't watch
too
much of the pregame. I didn't watch much of the pregame.
Be happy. Can I?
I'm not. I'm not a pregame guy, so it doesn't make a difference.
Colin,
I'll turn it on when the game starts.
I'm not in the business of ripping broadcasters. I'm not going to do that. But you didn't. Let me just say this: you didn't miss much.
Oh, I'm not pregame guy anyway.
You didn't miss much.
I don't like. Even the great pregame games, pregame people, I don't like.
It was just a hodgepodge of people
that have clearly their first time working together.
Correct. It was a hodgepodge of people. And listen, I like Jameis Winston as a quarterback. I'm all good with him, man, on the street, brother. I'm good on that. I know he's a massive baseball fan,
and he's a former player.
I know but dude, I don't need that.
Trying too hard.
I don't need that.
Trying too hard.
Do not.
I couldn't get over Bert Kreischer in a kayak in the
McCovey Cove.
Yeah,
in McCovey Cove.
I can't get over that. Bert, get out of the kayak. They got him mic'd up, and they got the camera there. Bert, what's it like out there? It's great. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
So that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
And then how about Judge? Honest to God, I think
enough about the broadcast. How about the game?
I was beyond happy that Aaron Judge got the golden sombrero last night.
First time in his career that he went hitless in opening day.
That brother was trying to hit the ball to Los Angeles. That's how hard he was swinging in that plate. And honest to God, with that bad taste in my mouth, you know how upset I was about the World Baseball Classic. I was beyond happy to see that guy, that phony, go 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Is he going to hit 55 home runs and have 100-some RBIs? Absolutely. But my God.
He's better when it's on yes.
Yeah, better when it's a listen, no baseball game is meaningless, but a meaningless game in July when it's not on national television. I dude, that's an issue. Now, the Yankees, I think with the lineup they trotted out there, everyone's like, oh, it's the same lineup as last year. They won 95 games, and you were close to a World Series.
Yeah, it's going to be a good team. They're not healthy at the beginning part of the season. Once they get Rodon and Cole back, they're playing it a little bit like the Dodgers. They need to be healthy in late July. They don't need to be healthy now. They need to be healthy in late July. They're going to win 90 games. They're never not going to win 90 games. I think the problem is the game stunk.
Yeah, it stunk.
The Giants they had 3 hits. They never, ever challenged the Yankees.
Yeah, Fried was great, and then when Logan Webb got absolutely shelled, it was over. 5-0.
You blinked. It's over.
It was 5-0 before you could say go, and it wasn't Judge, Stanton, or any of the big boppers.
Yeah.
It was,
Judge, the only person in the lineup didn't have a hit.
Yeah. So I think I think when it comes to the actual game, Netflix.
That's why you got to do everything at once.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need the standalone.
I agree.
You don't need that.
No, you need
Baseball is a day game.
Agreed.
Pirates Mets to open things up. I mean, awesome first inning we had. A lot of entertaining stuff with O'Neal Cruz and guys getting knocked around. But then you have that, then you could schedule into the next game. Boom, there's another game. There's another game. There's another game. That I think is more of the appeal of
I mean, Skeensy getting pulled in that game,
you don't need in my opinion, a complete standalone because there's no guarantee the game's going to be great.
And I think I'm under the firm belief opening day every team needs to play. Like today, I don't have every team playing.
Not every team's playing.
Obviously, like the
A's are not playing today. The Blue Jays.
The Braves aren't playing.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you had the standalone game last time. Every team should be playing today. I think that's a joke that every team isn't playing today. But that's my gripe. Listen, I got, as Colin can see, I got 4 different games on. I'm trying to get this Italy qualifier on as well. It's a great sports day, and we're here at the Panthers. Great hockey on tonight. You know, I mean, this is a top tier. For me, this is a top tier sports day. Absolute top tier sports day.
We'll talk about some of our predictions for the MLB season in terms of World Series picks. We'll talk about some of our awards picks. We did our over-unders yesterday. We'll rehash that quickly, but we'll do some of the major picks from throughout the MLB season, our big predictions coming up a little later on. Because you get that, you get the Sweet 16 we're going to have to prepare for tonight, which starts tonight and continues into tomorrow. And you got that, a couple World Cup qualifiers where we'll give a little background on that. I know Ireland is playing for their lives here. Northern Ireland playing for their lives here. I know the World Cup is still a couple months away, but a fascinating couple of big storylines.
You're forgetting about you're forgetting about Italy, partner. The other 50% of the Russo. Come on, Italy not making the World Cup for the 3rd straight time. That cannot happen.
In a 48 country.
It cannot happen. They're already, and guess what? They're already coming up with ways, because obviously with what's going on in the Middle East, Iran has decided not to participate in the FIFA World Cup. They're already there are outlets coming up with ways on how if Italy gets knocked out, they're going to take the place of Iran, which it's like, just win these next 2 games and get in. But massive, massive soccer, massive games all over the place.
Looking forward to that. Netflix, we're out. We're good. Live sporting events, stick to boxing. Yeah. Stick to boxing.
Honestly, stick to TV shows. All right, they got great assortment of anime on Netflix as well. All right, stick to what you do. All right, honestly, I'm good with the football on Netflix.
They're going to try to become like a little bit like YouTube TV. They're going to try. Not about getting the channels, but they're going to try to become like a sports hub in the future.
Like Amazon?
Yeah.
You know what? Like Amazon's got
Amazon's
Thursday.
Better. Yes. That's my prediction for Netflix.
Well, they need to.
Netflix will put a bid in for the international slate and the NFL games on Sunday mornings. Whenever they bundle it up and make it, instead of NFL Network, they'll make it. The NFL will find a way to, here's 16 international games. Who wants to buy it?
Yeah.
Netflix will pay $2 billion for that. Watch them get involved in that. Watch them get involved in all these other sports. They're going to be a mainstay. They have more money than God. They just want people subscribing. They raised their prices, I believe, today, which is classic Netflix. They're going to be involved.
Of course.
They're going to be involved.
And Netflix.
I have Netflix with ads.
That's a waste of time. There's now here's the issue. As you know, I am the ultimate believer in capitalism. I'll buy it if it's available.
Buy it, anything.
Here's the issue, though.
Yeah.
I can't, all these subscriptions that I have, I let my sister use it. I let my brother use it. I can only have, 2 people use the Netflix subscription.
Yeah, they're big.
Very stingy.
In the last year, they've cracked down on it.
To the point where I told my sister and brother, I'm like, dude, it's me and mom here. I'm sorry, but if I have to, I'm gonna give it to mother. You know what I mean? She needs Netflix. She watches Netflix more than any of you guys. It's me and mom on Netflix. You guys are out on your own. I have an issue with that my siblings can't use my Netflix account.
Do a terrible job with that. Totally agree. The Netflix is they're
money hungry. They're money hungry.
That's it. They all they care about is subscription numbers, and it's a problem. But 888-760-3776 number to get into the program. Did you like how Netflix handled live sports yesterday in the form of baseball's opening game? Should Netflix be involved in live sports? Let us know. 888-760-3776. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Cade Chumsland. We'll take a time out here, get into some of our MLB season-long predictions, including Cade Chumsland's over-under picks. It's all coming up on the other side of things. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
What?
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 1063.
If you love St. Patrick's Day, Duffy Sports Grill is far from done celebrating. Take part in Duffy's Taste of Ireland celebration with a special menu available now through April 6th. That means house-made shepherd's pie, Irish potato skins loaded with corned beef, a mouth-watering Reuben burger piled high with shaved corned beef and Swiss, and don't skip dessert, the Shamrock Pie with chocolate mint ice cream and an Oreo cookie crust. Find your location at duffysmvp.com. Duffy's, our game is always on.
ESPN 1063 congratulates the Season 2 TGL champions, the Los Angeles Golf Club, on winning the SoFi Cup. LA took down Jupiter, even with Tiger Woods making a dramatic return to the course. Shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, and overtime, we saw it all this season. Right now, head to tglgolf.com and participate in the season's best fan vote. Awards for the top players, holes, styles, and strategy are in your hands. TGL, presented by SoFi. Keep up, it's golf.
Does your business leave a lasting impression? Attractive, eye-catching signs help you stand out from the crowd and create a strong brand identity. Our team at Signorama West Palm are experts in helping your business get noticed and get effective signage in front of your potential customers. Our team can turn your blank windows or plain vehicles into money-making branding machines by drawing customers' attention to your business. So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit signoramawpb.com.
Talk about stepping up! Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, ref, time out, man. All right, team, we're only down by 5. We can still win this. Grab some water and get back out there. Whoa, not that water. You need Culligan water. With a free water test and advanced reverse osmosis purification system, Culligan helps reduce contaminants, delivering cleaner, safer, better tasting water. Enjoy 12 months interest-free. Schedule your free test today at Culligan.com. Serving all of South Florida, residential or commercial.
Hey, Culligan man!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Knox in the house, right? And I go by the name of Wyclef. I bought the band.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 1063.
The better shape, you could do it today by going to F45 West Palm Beach. It's right down the street. It's in the center of West Palm Beach, and F45 stands for Functional 45. That means you're talking about a workout that gets you in and out in 45 minutes, and you're talking about a workout that prioritizes flexibility, mobility, strength training, endurance, getting in a better shape, looking better, feeling better. That's what F45 really caters to, and it's a class house. You walk in, a bunch of like-minded fitness individuals are there alongside you doing what they do, and you're doing what you do. You can go to F45today.com/West Palm Beach to go get your first 3 classes for just $30. First 3 classes for $30 at F45 West Palm Beach. Go today and get into the best shape of your life, because that is what they offer. It's Colin Russo and Mike Rizzo. It is Cade Shumsden. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. We're streaming live on YouTube at ESPN South Florida and ESPN West Palm on Twitter and Facebook. We're live here at Amerant Bank Arena, where the Minnesota Wild are coming into town, taking on the Florida Panthers tonight, 7 p.m. ESPN. You can catch that. Also catch the Sweet 16 tonight with the first batch of 4. And it is officially, yesterday does not count because of how bad Netflix botched it, officially opening day in the Major League Baseball season in 2026. Mike Rizzo, without even confirming, just subscribed to Paramount Plus.
Well,
Are you kidding me?
Somehow, some way, it didn't renew automatically.
Mike's trying to find the Italy World Cup qualifying game, and I don't know if it's on Paramount Plus, but Mike didn't care. Mike will buy it, and Mike just bought Paramount Plus.
Here's the thing.
That's a joke. You didn't even check.
Here's the thing. I knew, so it didn't automatically renew for April. And this is how I watch Champions League
Oh,
fixtures.
okay. So you
I
already
need
had
it.
this. Never
I
mind.
need it.
I thought you just bought it off
No,
a whim.
no. I need it.
That would have
like,
been a
look,
disgrace.
I already have my.
Never mind. All right, we're all good.
But I would. I mean, it's a subscription. I got it. I need it for something, right? Need it for something.
So we'll see what happens as Mike's trying to find that. But we got Cade Chumsden back at the City Play Studios. Mike and I already made our over-under picks on the season. If you missed that, here's what I took. I'll give my 4. Mike can give his 6 following. I took, right down here in Miami, I took the Miami Marlins over 72.5 wins. I took the Oakland A's over 75.5 wins. So I need them to win 76 games. I also took the Milwaukee Brewers, who are winning today, 84.5 wins. They won 97 games last year. I know they lost some pieces. I know Churrio's going to be out for a couple of weeks here. But 85 games for the Milwaukee Brewers after the season they had last year. I do not anticipate a regression to the mean of 15 games. So I took them, and then I'm going to take the Toronto Blue Jays runner-up under at 88.5.
Quickly on Milwaukee, no worries, brother. Mizorowski's got 11K. Last time I checked, he had 11 Ks through about 5 innings. So we're going to be all good there. Now I'm on a couple here.
You're on the A's and the Marlins
3.
as well.
I got 3 overs. I got 3 unders. 3 overs and 3 unders. I stayed away from the A's, believe it or not, Kyle. It's the Guards. I'm on the over. They're 79.5. It's the Marlins. I'm on that over at 72.5.
I like that a lot.
And then I went back to the well of the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox hit for us, what was that, about 85 last year?
Yeah, 85.5.
They upped it by about 2.5 games. It's 87.5. I'm on the Red Sox over. I'm on the Marlins over and the Guards over. The 3 unders that I'm on the Dodgers under at 102.5. That, for me, I thought they were going to win that amount last year. Now, they're better this year. They added Kyle Tucker. I'm excited to see that lineup.
Healthier this year.
I'm actually excited to see what that lineup looks like later on today. But 102.5, I'm on the under because I think they could win about 98, 100 games. I don't think they're going to win more than 101 games.
The one thing I would say to agree with that statement is they don't care about winning a regular season. I mean, they'll want to win the division. They'll probably want to be the number 1 overall seed. If they think 100 games can do that, then they'll do that.
Yeah, and then the Pirates, Kyle, everybody was on the Pirate over at 78.5.
Right.
I went under. I know they improved the bats. They got Skeens, Bubba Chandler.
Young players.
They got a lot of great young pitching. Bubba Chandler is like the number 5 pitching prospect in the MLB. I'm not buying them, dude. Until I actually see the Pirates win 80 games, I'm going to continue to bet they're under, and I'm going to continue to make money. And then a team that I think is going to be dreadful, they're going to be the worst team in the AL Central, are the Minnesota Twins. I have a rule. If
it's a low number. It's 71.5,
72.5.
It's a low number.
If I do a fantasy draft and I don't look at anybody in your line and I go, wow, I want that guy. There is not one person at that plays a position on that 1 through 9 for the Twins that I go, I need that guy.
It's a trendy pick. That's a trendy under.
But like Joe Ryan, who's pitching a gem today, they got pitching, but I do not buy those bats. So those are my unders. I'm really into it. Cal, my favorite thing to do is the over-unders for the MLB because it's such a long sample size.
Right.
It's such a long sample size it keeps you rooting throughout the entire year.
Cade Chumsden, our producer behind the glass up north in West Palm Beach. Cade, your season-long picks. You've had a chance to look at it. I know we're a day late, but you did not join us yesterday. What do you have on the docket for this year in terms of futures that you like?
Yes, sir, and I am tempted to take the Twins pick. As a Twins fan in my house, being my dad from Minnesota, born and raised Twins fan, I can agree with that under very easily, Mike Rizzo. So I'm going to go with, I got 4 picks. I'm going to go with Colin. We got our show Sunday Huddle where we did this last year. I believe I went 2-2 last year while Colin went either 3-1 or 4-0. I believe Colin did very well last year in his totals when it came to over-unders.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with 2 overs, 2 unders. My theme this year, you guys love Theme Magic Mojo. My theme this year is strength of divisions. If you've got an easy division, I like going over as the favorites. If you've got a hard division, I like going under if you're not the favorite. So my 2 overs are going to be the Cubs at 88.5 and the Tigers at 85.5. You're talking about the 2 central divisions. the Cubs and Brewers are going to dominate the NL Central, while the Tigers should run away decently with the AL Central. When you're talking about, like, when you're talking low of the low. Okay, Rizzo, I see you shaking your finger on air. Those two teams both went 88 wins and 87 wins.
I actually like the Tiger pick, too.
So even if exactly what happened last year happens this year, I think the Tigers are better than the Guardians. Then they should cover that 85.5.
To be fair, the
Now,
Tigers.
you're rooting for them to keep Scooble throughout the year. That's the thing you're nervous about, but other than that,
correct.
it should be all right.
To be fair, the Tigers went on a catastrophic, just slump in the second half of the season, and the Guardians won what 20 of 20
They won
of
14 to 15.
So that's what happened there. That's why the
They were
Guards,
11 and a half games back on September 12th.
That's why the Guards were able to win the division. But I mean, guys, the Guards have won the division 4 out of the last 5 years. So,
Yeah, they always seem to make it interesting. I agree.
And that's why guys, the Guards at 79.5. I cannot remember the last time my baseball team didn't win 80 games. Out of the last 5 years, I think 4 out of the last 5. 2021, they were terrible and they didn't make the playoffs. 4 out of the last 5 years, the Guards have won 80 games. I'm still going with that mojo. I think I lost to the Nats last year. Remember, we were at Cacti. We had Mike Rizzo, the GM, on.
You were high.
I'm like, you know what? That's a sign. The guy's got the same name as me, and he ultimately
And he got canned mid-year.
I got him fired. Correct. That's the story. I got him fired.
Yeah, I actually like that Tiger pick, so I have no problem with that. Kate, is that so? Your picks are both the Cubs and the Tigers.
I got Cubs and Tigers as my overs, and then my 2 unders. I'm going to go with the Atlanta Braves.
Yep,
that's one of the most
that's a good under.
injury-riddled pitching staffs ever. Acuna should have a good year, but they can't pitch right now because they're all in the IL.
Right.
And then I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Rays at 76.5 as the under, just because I see the Red Sox, Jays, and Yankees all battling for that top spot, and the Orioles got better. So if those 3 big teams who all made the playoffs last year and might all make the playoffs again this year, if they're taking most of the wins and the Orioles got better, the only thing left is for the Rays to get a little worse at 76.5. I believe they won 77 games last year, so just a little worse than that.
It's a good pick. They sold a lot. I mean,
do that. I mean, again, you're saying that you can't say that the Guardians never do it, but then the Rays are somewhat similar. They're cut from the same cloth in some capacity.
Correct.
I took a hard look at that Rays under. I did because of the same reason that Kate just said, the strength of that division. But they're out of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Steinbrenner Field, and they're back in the trap. I don't know if that will hurt them or help them, but the thing is about the Rays is that is always a team when you least expect it. They are 80 games. They win 80 games, and they quietly upset somebody's season in game 161, 162. That is just the classic Rays. It's a winning franchise for what it's worth.
Yeah.
It's not a spending franchise, but it's a winning franchise. But I don't hate the pick, but it is always a risky team to take.
It's
like taking the Guardians under. It's a risky pick to take.
That is definitely the one that I looked at the longest and was the last on my list, so that's the one I'm most nervous about for sure.
Yeah, I mean, my mother, born at Treasure Island, we'd go and visit. That's her squad. I like the Rays, but listen, Caminero is a great player. I think he's an all-star. Other than that, I mean, even their pitching. Usually the Rays, they have the next up-and-comer on the pitching staff. I mean, McClanahan, he can't stay healthy. If McClanahan was able to put a season together, maybe I'd like that a little better. I know they have other pieces, but, Kate, I think you hit the nail on the head with
always
the division.
A great farm system, but yes.
The O's are going to be a lot better this year. And then you look at when you look at the Yankees and the Blue Jays and everything else in that division.
Who's going to regress? Toronto.
I did. I actually. It's funny.
Well, they got Dylan.
Colin, it's funny you said that because I wrote down Jay's under before I crossed out the J and put an R. So that's the other one I'm looking at right now.
Now, I get where everyone's coming from on the Jays, and I think maybe even historically that runner-up usually struggles the year
after. It's just like it traditionally overperforming the way they did. They overperformed like you wouldn't believe.
Springer
is 36. They lost Bichette. Santander's not going to play. I know they got Cease. Cease was god-awful last year. They gave him a big contract. They got old pitching.
Yeah. Cease, a high K per 9 guy. That's what you like as a
Savage to start the year. I don't know.
They added now. Do you want to know who they're high on? Who's the Bichette replacement? And excuse me, his name is slipping my mind. He's the Japanese third baseman.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a big time signing when the Jays were able to get him over. So, dude, I mean that lineup still has Vladdy Jr. I'm with you on the Ernie Clement thing. You made the shout yesterday that 162 games.
They lost quite a bit. There's no doubt. They lost quite a bit. Santander's not going to play the whole year. And they also have Springer, who's 36, who put together an otherworldly season. Is he going to do that again?
I mean,
don't know.
bro, he's always been good. I think he's one of those guys where until he's bad, you're going to have to think that he's going to hit 30 home runs, about 90 RBIs, and swipe some bags.
I think I like that under. And I think because of the fact that I think the Yankees are going to be a little bit better, and I think the Red Sox and the Orioles are going to be better. It's going to be a gauntlet division. I think 88 games is going to win that division. So it's going to be a bizarre race in that one. So Cade's 4 picks are the 2 central teams, as in the Cubs, and the other one you took was
Tigers.
Detroit as the overs. And what numbers were those?
88.5 for the Cubs, 85.5 for the Tigers, both overs.
Right. So you took both those overs, and the 2 unders are, remind us.
The Atlanta Braves at 86.5 and the Tampa Bay Rays at 76.5.
You just took the over-unders. You didn't take any other futures, correct?
No, sir.
All right. I don't hate that. I don't hate any. I don't hate. Well, I agree with the Tigers pick, but I do ultimately think that that's a fine slate. So
Now,
there's our picks. We got a lot of picks. We got a lot of different ones.
But I wanted to ask you guys this because, guys, Brian Rowitz, our content director, brought this up to me. Would you take the Dodgers or the field to win the World Series this year?
If I were to bet, I would take the field because it gives you something to root for.
Kate?
I would take the Dodgers.
I'm with Colin. As
a baseball fan, I'm taking the field.
Let's take fandom out of it. The Dodgers aren't winning the World Series this year.
What makes you say that?
Just baseball. I think baseball is going to correct itself.
No National League team has ever won 3 in a row. Keep that in mind. No National League team has ever won 3 in a row.
I think baseball, it's the ultimate, anything can happen kind of thing.
The A's have done it. The Yankees have done it
and
twice,
let's keep in mind, too, golly, you don't got to tell a Blue Jay fan this. The Blue Jays had 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. All right? Nobody on.
And game 6 and game 7, they had chances.
And somehow they lost both of those games. So I am banking on the average of laws when it comes to baseball of the Dodgers not coming out of the NL this year.
Due to get unlucky one of these years.
Yeah, and even if listen, I won't go that far. I was going to take it a step further and say I'm not going to take them out of the NL. I'm not going to do that.
Calm down.
Not going to do that.
Calm
but
down.
I don't think they win a World Series this year. How about that?
Wow. All right. I don't know if I. So you're going to take the field as
I'm going to take the field. It's only like minus 250, minus 260 where they're good friends at Hard Rock.
I don't like those. I guess.
I mean, it's awful. It's not. Listen, I don't personally. That's not something you bet on. It's just fun to bring up with friends because, everyone has their take on the Dodgers. Are they good for baseball? Are they bad for baseball?
Well, they're a great team. That we know.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of can Freeman, Betts, Glasnow, Shohei, can they all stay healthy and moving? That's the real question.
By the way, halftime of Italy and Northern Ireland 0-0, and I'm not buying Vicks. I am going to put my foot down there. I'm not buying.
I've never heard of Vicks.
I'm good on Vicks.
I've never heard of
Vicks. The stuff my mother used to rub on my chest when I had a stuffed nose.
No, not that.
My friend Vic.
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not buying Vicks subscription.
No.
Whatever that.
We'll keep an eye on the game. No, we'll do it the normal way, the old-fashioned way. But all right, over under MVP picks, NL and AL. Mike, you got somebody that's on your mind? You think it'll be? I think it'll be Shohei again. I think you can pencil.
It's just
Shohei is healthy. He will win the MVP.
If it's not Ohtani, give me another name. That's my 2 cents on it. He runs away with that NL. Well, rather, since he's joined the Dodgers.
There have been Dodger writers that have said that he wants to get 200 strikeouts and I think 40 or 50.
Don't get it. He's going to pitch at least once a week. I mean,
he's going to pitch. He's
pitching once a week.
But apparently that's what Shohei wants. That's his milestone for the year.
I don't think Cal Rowley's going to be quickly. I don't think Cal Rowley's going to be anywhere near.
You think it's a year that Bobby Witt breaks
the AL conversation?
Team would need to be better.
Which I think they will. Miguel Garcia, Vinny P. I think that's
you need the Royals to have a good year.
I'm going to go with Judge because I'm boring like that. Judge is going to hit 55 home runs, have 115 RBIs, probably win the MVP. Unless tell me how. All right,
we wouldn't have predicted Cal Rowley last year, so you never know.
Here's my question: if Judge has 50 homers, 115 RBIs again, all the underlyings are there, and Witt does his 30, 90, 30, you're giving it to Judge still. That's why I think it's going to be Judge, because Witt's going to do. He's the inevitable of 27 to 30 home runs, 85 to 95 RBIs, and about 35 stolen bases. He does that every single year and still doesn't win the MVP because Judge is just Judge. It's got to go. I got to go with Aaron Judge.
I'll throw one out there. Gunnar Henderson.
Oh God, he burned me so hard in fantasy last year.
I'll throw one out there. Orioles all of a sudden mid-80s in terms of the wins in that division. If he has a big-time year, I'm not rooting against Judge. I'm just saying
You want to know?
putting together 150-something games again and being consistently healthy, available, and not only playing well. I don't know if that'll happen.
You want to
now
know?
After 4 straight great years.
Dark horse for NL, Ronald Acuna. Just because I think he's going to be swiping a lot of bags.
Got to stay healthy. That's the thing.
Yeah, well,
Got to stay healthy.
hey, listen,
He's reconstructed.
just had to say it.
He's a reconstructed.
You just had to say it. The Atlanta the base
and
running
also
coach,
remember the team has to be good. If the team's not any good, he won't get the MVP.
The reason why I'm a little high is because I think he's going to steal a lot of bases because remember Soto, how many bags he swiped last year? About 38, 40?
40, yeah. 38.
That base running coach is now with Atlanta. So keep that in mind.
He can steal bags. And we know he can steal bags. You know, I mean, you think Juan Soto has a chance?
He'll hit 45 homers, 120 RBIs.
I think Soto, I don't know what the number is.
Just
I think Juan Soto would be a decent pick.
Comes down if you think Ohtani's going to hit 50 homers.
That lineup, he's going to have a lot of protection in that lineup.
Ohtani's hit 50 home runs 2 years in a row. Is he doing it for a third
You
year
just
in a
got to
row?
hope that, yeah. If you want the NL MVP, it sounds crazy. You just got to hope Ohtani gets hurt. That's
Honestly,
it.
yeah,
If you want to win that award, you have to pray that Ohtani has to miss a month because of a forearm strain.
Yep.
That's what you have to do. Or something that a twist, not even a forearm strain because you can still hit, a twisted ankle. You need a high ankle sprain.
My favorite.
You need a high ankle sprain for 4 weeks.
My favorite story, not even story, but like storyline for Ohtani the year he couldn't pitch. I mean, what, he stole 40 bags, and he can't pitch. He's just going to go,
50-50?
all right, just going to go steal some bases,
50-50? Did it against the Marlins?
Just going to go swipe, 45 bases, no big deal.
And if he wants 200 strikeouts this year alongside 50 home runs?
He will not get to, all right, let's pump.
That's apparently what he wants. That's what Dodger writer said.
I mean, that's a start. Do you really want him to be a guy that's starting every 5 days?
Who is going to tell Ohtani no? If he wants to try, he will try.
They have so much pitching, too.
The thing is, Snell won't be available. They're going to be very careful with Glass now. Yamamoto will pitch. He's the Terminator. And so will
it's Sasaki.
Ohtani.
By the way, Roki Sasaki's getting game 4. Emmett Sheehan's getting game 3. They have 9 starting pitchers, guys. The Dodgers literally have 9 to 10 starting pitchers that they could pick from.
All right. We'll see what happens. All right. Gunnar Henderson, maybe a dark horse AL candidate. It's much easier to take the AL MVP comparatively to the NL MVP as long as Ohtani is healthy. He's just that dominant. He could have a great pitching year and a subpar hitting year. He'll still win the MVP. He could have a great hitting year and a subpar pitching year. He'll still win the MVP.
Do you want to know who's put up MVP caliber numbers too? And I swear to God, this isn't me being a homer. Is Jose Ramirez?
Quiet.
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer.
For 7 years.
I think Jose's at this point a Hall of Famer already.
He'll be a perennially top 5 MVP voting player, but he'll never break through.
But yeah, I mean,
you got to break records to get that award, and he will never do that. Yeah. He'll be safe.
No.
Most consistent player of this generation, no doubt. Him and you could say Judge a little bit, but I mean,
Witt's
Judge
on his way. Witt's on his way.
Jose Ramirez was the most consistent player in the AL for 7-8 years.
Yep, and one of those players who loves where he is took, literally left hundreds of millions of dollars to sign his extension.
Do you think you think it's impossible for somebody like Guerrero to steal it if he's able to belt in 55 home runs?
Yeah. I mean, dude, if you hit 50 homers, you're in the conversation. That's why,
that's his only way in, right?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. He's not going to be stealing bases.
He's not going to be an excellent glove
fielder. It's 50 and 115. 50 homers and over 100 RBIs gets you into the conversation. That's why I picked Aaron Judge. How many? I'd have to check. What is it? 3 years, 4 years? Judge has hit 50 homers.
And he had that 1 year where he had 30 homers because he missed half the season because he got hurt in Dodger Stadium in the outer wall.
Yep.
And that was a game. That was another season he would have won MVP. So. He could be very well, a couple plays away from 5-time MVP for what Judge has done throughout his career. Boy, gonna be a problem. Fun guy to respect, not a fun guy to root for when you're playing him.
Or in a big spot like a la the World Baseball Classic where he pulled Casper the Ghost. Oh, I loved seeing him go 0 for 4 last night. Maybe he does that all year, and we could give it to Vladdy. We could give it to Bobby Witt. We could give it to
somebody
Hosey.
else can get it.
Give it to Hosey.
We have Barry Bonds and Babe Ruth playing at the same time. That's the problem.
Yeah.
All right. So we got to you get some issues if you're looking to win an MVP.
Bonds, unreal player, Barry Bonds.
Amerant Bank Arena. We're live here, Minnesota Wild, coming into town a little later on tonight to play the Florida Panthers at 7 on ESPN. If you missed it over the week, Tiger, the big cat, back in action at TGL for that match 2 in the TGL finals, which took place on Monday and Tuesday. We were there on Tuesday. We saw Tiger back into the flow of things. You know, three some odd weeks until Augusta. We'll see if Tiger's able to play. If I'm a betting man, you will see him at Augusta. But if you miss any of the TGL, get ready because it's coming back. The women's PGA is going to be, the LPGA, I should say, coming back with their TGL league. Going to be coming up here shortly. They're announcing more leagues and more teams by the second TGL. You've seen the PGA's tours on the course. You can see them in the arena when next season starts with the TGL. Shot clocks, hammer drops, timeout, and overtime. Go check out what happened as the LA Golf Club took down Jupiter Lynx in match 2 of the TGL finals. Go get your tickets when it opens again next year. Go make sure you're getting in on the action when the women's side starts for the TGL. TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It is golf. That is Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Kate Chumston. It's Russo and Rizzo live from Amerant Bank Arena on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
A resort destination beyond compare, yet conveniently close to home. The Breakers Palm Beach offers everything you desire with the service you deserve in a breathtaking oceanfront setting. Immerse yourself in unparalleled seaside glamour and enjoy all the Breakers has to offer as you create lasting memories with those who matter most. The best part, you don't have to travel far to feel worlds away. Visit thebreakers.com or call 1-800-BREAKERS today.
We are proud of our parents. Want to know why? Because they work for the school district of Palm Beach County. There's lots of great jobs with paid vacation, holidays off, healthcare, and retirement. You can be in the same schedule as your kids. Come work at the school district of Palm Beach County. You'll see why it's your best choice.
Join us at the Team Palm Beach Schools Job Fair. Register at palmbeachschools.org/job fair. That's palmbeachschools.org/job fair.
Join us on a culinary road trip through South Florida at the 2026 Orange Bowl Food and Wine Celebration presented by Florida Blue. Experience an evening of food and fun on Friday, April 17th at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Hollywood. Enjoy unlimited food and drink tastings from dozens of South Florida's top restaurants while dancing the night away to a live band and DJ. Tickets start at just $135 and proceeds benefit Orange Bowl Cares community initiatives. Get your tickets at orangebowl.org.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli, and I...
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manzo's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manzo's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
We also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Well, if you're coming down to the Panthers tonight, you're going to go see the Minnesota Wild come into town, maybe say hello to Mike and I on that second floor terrace right when you walk in. Or you get into a fender bender. Who knows? On 95, you need somebody to call. That's where Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys come in. That's right. Mark Anajar and Glenn Levine are your type that want to cover you. And you got to know because they don't even charge you unless you win. They work tirelessly to get you the maximum compensation that you deserve. The best thing about Anajar and Levine is they're friendly, they're personable, they're right here in South Florida, and they want to make sure that you are getting defended at the top of the line. If you're in a car accident, truck accident, fall down the stairs, you never know what could happen. You need somebody to defend you. That is Anajar and Levine. You got to go to 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Go call Anajar and Levine today. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Cade Chumsland. All right, baseball opening day today. We went through our picks, what we like for the year. Also tonight, you got a couple World Cup qualifiers, which are happening right now, where Mike is not buying VIX.
No.
And you also have a great Sweet 16 starting tonight with that opening game being the Texas-Purdue game. And then you got Iowa-Nebraska. A lot of Big Ten lot playing tonight. Houston, Illinois is the final game. Mike, of the 4 games tonight, Texas-Purdue, Iowa-Nebraska, Illinois and Houston and Arkansas, Cal versus Arizona. Which one are you most hot on? I'm most excited to watch tonight?
I think it's this Iowa and Nebraska game. I didn't expect either of these teams to be here at this point. I think that's the one Sweet 16 matchup where you go, wow, that is not what I think about 90% of America that watches college basketball was expecting. I personally am rooting for Iowa. I've mentioned a couple of times when my best friends growing up, Aaron White, played at Iowa under Coach Fran McCaffrey. I'm hoping Iowa is able to win that game. But at the same time, Nebraska and their fans, man, I mean, they are going to be loud. They're going to be traveling. This is the first ever run that Nebraska has had in the NCAA tournament. Iowa, it was their first win since 90, or rather their first second weekend since 99, but they've done it before.
Which is why I think Iowa will show up, too. It's a good matchup for them because it's 2 great fan bases.
Yep, so I think as far as which game I think intrigues me the most, I think it's that one because I didn't expect any of those teams to be there. Now, as far as importance, I'm still well alive in my bracket. I have my Final Four. I have my champion. I have 6 out of my 8 Elite 8 teams. I lost 2. But the good news is none of those teams are going to the Final Four. So I'm tremendously into the Sweet 16 matchups tonight. And I'll be rooting for Duke. I'll be rooting for Houston. I'll be rooting for Arizona. And I will be rooting for a school that I'm not allowed to say their name. Let's just put it that way because it's going to win me some money if they go to the Final Four. But obviously all those teams aren't playing tonight. The game that I think is most popular with everyone tonight is that Houston and Illinois game. Just because, I think if you ask the consensus of a college basketball fan, Kyle, I think that's the game that they would probably be looking forward to the most.
I would agree with that. Probably the best game of the night. I had Florida and BYU in my Elite 8. So outside of that, I'm not in a great spot. But I do have, Houston, Arkansas. I have teams like that in
Who's
the
your
mix.
Final Four? Where's your Final Four?
My Final Four?
Yeah. That's if you have your Final Four in your championship game, you're solid.
Yeah, and the
You're
thing is, I listen, I'm a Connecticut guy, so I'm rooting for Connecticut to get through the weekend. So I'm going to root for UConn to move on. I need Houston to move on. I need Arizona to move on. And I need Michigan to move on.
Okay.
I do that, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I do that, I'm okay.
You have your Final Four and championship, so you are well alive, brother. You are well alive.
My bracket winner is Connecticut. UConn gets back to the Final Four. Weirdly enough, I don't think that's a popular pick. So I think that's the one that could get me over the top if it gets to it.
And Duke and the Johnnies.
Duke and the Johnnies.
That could
that's tomorrow night, but yes.
But still, I mean that's another game. If the Johnnies knock off Duke, I think that's going to bust about 40% of brackets that are still alive and well. Duke was the overwhelming favorite to win the bracket.
If St. John's beats Duke, they can win it all. That's where I'd be. If I see them beat Duke, I don't care if Duke's not healthy or not. If St. John's can beat Duke and Pitino can get to that Elite 8, I think they can win it all. I'm not there yet. I
don't think they have enough offensive firepower.
They can, but they don't. Yeah, I mean, it's a classic St. John's team. It's defense, it's toughness, it's gritty. It's a lot like Houston. It's a lot like Houston last year, and Houston had a chance to win the title last year. They were leading with a minute and a half to go against Florida. So keep that in mind. They play a little bit like Houston, maybe a little sloppier than what Houston does, but they are a little – and maybe a great center, which Houston doesn't usually have. But I think that they will have that Houston gene where it's going to be defense, toughness, pressure, full court. It's going to be – that's their mantra. I don't know if they have enough offense. You might be right. Might be Arizona's to do it. Arizona to win it until I see otherwise. But in terms of could do it, if St. John's is able to knock off Duke, I might be switching teams.
Now, my not cousin Mike, but cousin Blake in Strongsville, he goes, we all know Mike is lying, and he's rooting for Calipari tonight when Arkansas plays Arizona. That's another. I mean, dude, if Arkansas is able to pull that one out and Calipari gets that massive
It's not
win,
a great matchup. That's the problem. They don't have the size for
Arizona's huge.
Huge. And our Arkansas is
But
not a
Acuff-
big team. It's an athletic team. It's not a big team.
Acuff's averaging about 30 a game in the NCAA
That's it.
tournament right
He's
now.
going to have to do a Carson Edwards.
30 a game.
And he's going to have 40 points tonight
Yeah.
if they want
But
to
you
move
know
on.
me, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because I got Arizona in the championship game. I'm rooting for Arizona tonight, but you know I love Cal. I mean, my God. Greatest coach in college basketball history, Coach Cal. Obviously, I'm trolling.
those
But
games-
listen, Cal, there is no better coach that is able to acquire talent than Calipari. You're right on the, maybe some of the in-game stuff, Colin. He's botched a lot of great teams. But look at the player that he has sent. All the players that he has sent to the NBA. Half that league is Cal.
No doubt. Excellent recruiter, great developer, great. Guys love him. The funny part is, you ask Kentucky Kentucky former players.
They're rooting for Arkansas.
They're Arkansas guys.
Of course they are.
They're Arkansas
Dude,
guys
they're
now.
Cal guys, man. They're Cal guys.
That's it. They didn't go for the Kentucky Blue. They went for Calipari. That's the type of recruiter that he is. That's how good of a recruiter that he is.
And now now we're stuck with Mark Pope anyway. Big Sweet 16 fixtures tonight, Cal.
Yeah, that Houston-Illinois game is going to be fascinating.
It should
It's two polar opposite teams.
I see Houston dominating. And
Two.
I see Houston down just because Houston is a physical team. I don't think Illinois is very much so a physical team like Houston. Sampson is I feel like Sampson has historically played good against Underwood as well. I've seen this matchup before with Underwood and Sampson teams. I don't trust. Now, we had Matt McCall on, former coach of Chattanooga and a longtime assistant to Billy Donovan at Florida. Kyle, I disagree with him in what he said about defensively with Illinois because we asked him about, hey,
we know they can score. Can they defend?
And he was bringing up zone cover. Listen, he was going coach speak on that. Houston is going to win that game, I think, by about 10 points just because of their physicality. I hope I'm wrong.
It's in Houston too.
I see Houston winning convincingly tonight. Too many times during that Big Ten schedule when Illinois played a great team in the Big Ten, they were uncompetitive. That Michigan game in State Farm Center in Illinois and Champaign, that was a disaster. I think it's going to be more like that tonight.
I don't know if I see Illinois as a team that can advance past the next two rounds. I completely agree with you there. They can't score enough. They've been too inconsistent the whole year to string together 6 games like they would in this spot. So I tend to agree with you on that front. The game I'm most interested in is that Houston-Illinois game just because of the polar oppositeness of how they play. In terms of the big surprise of the night, I could see Iowa winning tonight. And if that's a surprise to see Iowa in the Elite 8 as an 8 or a 9, fine. I could see Iowa winning tonight. Iowa's played Nebraska before. It's going to be, slow-moving, methodical. Can Nebraska score? Iowa's a good team at hanging around. Ben McCollum's a very superstitious coach. I think I saw a report, I don't know how true it was, that he hasn't served the team bread since they had Olive Garden and they had bread and they got blown out the next game. And because of his superstition, he's not doing that anymore. I love that. That is college basketball coaching right there. I'm a big Ben McCollum guy. He's the head coach of Iowa. I'm big on a little bit of a run that they're coming. Put out the fire that is Nebraska. I could see Iowa winning.
I'm truly an Italian and a Sicilian brother. I love bread. If I didn't eat bread, I'd look like you. Let's put it that way. Are you a bread guy?
I love bread.
God, I could eat a whole loaf at any of those Italian joints that you go to. What was the one? What was the one? Macaroni Grill was the one that my grandfather always had the gift cards to because he knew the GM.
Right.
Dude, I house a loaf of bread, butter, olive oil.
That's why Olive Garden's dangerous, too. If you ever go to an Olive
the
Garden.
breadsticks
it
and the
stop.
bottomless salad.
That's why it's dangerous.
Brother, the bottomless salad.
That's why it's dangerous.
Now, love me some Olive Garden, but I go for the breadsticks and the salad. Let's put it that way.
We'll loop in Kate Sumsen, do a little 5 and 5 on the other side of things. We're live here from Amerant Bank Arena, entering into the 5 p.m. hour. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
College basketball is heating up, and the tournament is here. Don't let your home get caught off guard. Get game ready now with EDS Air Conditioning. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. Right now, qualified customers can get 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong on the court, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS has been the trusted MVP since 2006. Visit EDSisyes.com today.
In an AI-driven world, power up your future with in-demand trade skills at Palm Beach State College. Attend a free hands-on electrical info session and discover careers in electrical and low-voltage technology. Explore real-world training employers need right now, from installing smart home systems to repairing modern electrical equipment. Be job-ready in a year or less. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Visit pbsc.edu and search info to learn more.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Hey, ref, time out, man. All right, team, we're only down by 5. We can still win this. Grab some water and get back out there. Whoa, not that water. You need Culligan water. With the free water test and advanced reverse osmosis purification system, Culligan helps reduce contaminants, delivering cleaner, safer, better tasting water. Enjoy 12 months interest-free. Schedule your free test today at Culligan.com, serving all of South Florida, residential or commercial.
Hey, Culligan man!
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Whether it's a clutch touchdown pass, a game-winning dunk, or an impressive dash to the finish, we want to highlight the best performance of the week. The winning performance will receive $500 courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Catch the biggest moments and winners all season long on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. Nominate them today by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and I'm dropping the gloves. Your new home for the back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers is ESPN 106.3. Tonight, it's the Wild at Panthers. Western grit meets South Florida speed here at 7 right here on ESPN 106.3.
ESPN 106.3 is your home for live sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet, the home of Inter Miami, the Florida Panthers, and the Miami Heat, with all of the biggest live events in sports. If it's happening in sports, it's happening right here on ESPN 106.3, South Florida's home for sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Get your peanuts and hot dogs ready because opening day is finally here. MLB opening week on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by the Breakers Palm Beach, Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning, and Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium.
Are you a business owner or handle your company's marketing? Banyan Printing and Signs partners with over 1,000 local businesses in Palm Beach County. Their full-service solution saves you time and money by eliminating multiple vendors. From business cards and brochures to direct mail services and signage, they do it all. Fast turnaround, free local delivery, and superior customer service are what sets Banyan apart. Could a market leader with 48 years improve your current model? Visit banyanonline.com or call 561-586-6220.
Now, it's time for a little R&R.
Colin to the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo! Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy! Light him up, Colin!
Second hour of Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. Got Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo. Get Kate Chumsden up in West Palm Beach. We are down in Sunrise at Amerant Bank Arena with the Minnesota Wild coming into town to take on the Florida Panthers, 7 p.m. ESPN. You got that there. It's opening day in baseball for the lot, for most of the MLB teams. I know you had the Giants and the Yankees yesterday, in which the Yankees took that one in easy fashion, 7-0. 3 hits only for the San Francisco Giants, as they weren't able to get anything going offensively. The Yankees pounced early, nice and easy, 1-0 on that front. Everybody else in the thick of it right now, the Pittsburgh Pirates, after a little bit of life in the first 18 minutes of the game, things went awry pretty quickly. Paul Skeens knocked around, pulled after 35 pitches, only registering 2 outs in that first inning. Not a good performance from him. As other baseball news we will give you from throughout the show. If you missed any of the show today, go listen back on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, all those great places. Just go to Russo and Rizzo. Let's bounce around a little bit. Let's do a little 5 and 5, presented by Flagler Credit Union.
5 topics.
High five.
5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's get out of here.
Endless takes.
You can't handle the truth.
All gas, no brakes.
And it's shaking Big Ten.
It's time for the 5 at 5.
Hold on to your butts.
Presented by Flagler Credit Union, proud supporter of FAU Athletics. Number 1.
Well, boys, it's good to see you again. Good to see you at the Emerald Bank Arena for the Panthers and Wild today. We're going to jump around to a whole bunch of different sports on the 5 at 5. First, you already talked about it for most of the time, opening day today. More teams getting their season underway after your opening game last night on Netflix. Where does opening day rank on individual days in the sports world?
Individual days, so similar to what like the first day of the NCAA tournament is. Opening day baseball is not. It's not cracking the top 10. Not for me.
For me, it's top 5 for me.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah, I would choose 3 World Series games before I go.
I love fantasy baseball. It's my favorite fantasy. I've been playing it for about 20 years now.
That Saturday of Game 7 or Game 2 of the World Series, I would both put those games on it. Game 1 of the World Series, usually a Friday night. I'd put that over.
I put it top 5 because it's back. Baseball's back. Waited long enough to get the boys back onto the field, and I'm ready for my fantasy team to let it rip. So it's a top 5 day for me. But Colin's right. There's a ton of great sports days. I mean, the NCAA tournament. College basketball isn't even my favorite sport. It's number 1.
Talked about that.
Like I don't know. Like if you're not putting college, if you're an uber sports fan like Colin and I, and you don't put the NCAA tournament 1, I'm very interested to see which day it would be. The only day I think I would understand would be week 1 of NFL.
Week 1 of NFL, a huge October weekend, whether it be a Saturday or a Sunday, whether you have MLB baseball, playoffs, and college football stacking on top of each other. That's a huge day. Thanksgiving NFL, I would put that on there. New Year's Day with the triple header college football playoff. If you're lucky to get good games, then it's great. I would put that there. Masters Sunday, you got to include on that, especially now that it's coming up in a couple of weeks here. I think that first day of the NBA postseason is an all-time great sports day. That first NBA Saturday from 12 to 12. Right then and there, I mean, we're about 10 deep. Opening day is close. The problem is the A's don't play today.
Yeah.
The Yankees played yesterday. But we talked about it. Not everybody's playing today.
Which is a joke.
If you did a big chunk at noon and 1 o'clock, and then a big chunk at 4, and then a big chunk at 7, or maybe a marquee game at 7. Great. They didn't do that.
I love it. I got Trevor Rogers on the bump today. Been living and dying every pitch with him. I love it. I love it. So top 5 for me, but I understand why Kyle has it very, 10. Lowish. Number 2.
Number 2.
We've got Sweet 16 action starting up tonight. 4 games. If you don't know them, let me rattle them off real quick. First up, number 11, Texas. Number 2, Purdue. Number 9, Iowa against number 4, Nebraska. Number 4, Arkansas against number 1, the only 1 seed going today, against number 1, Arizona. And finally, at 10:05 p.m. Eastern time, you've got number 3, Illinois versus number 2, Houston. Which of these, the question for this Sweet 16, which of these games do you feel like the underdog has the best chance?
Iowa. Yeah. Iowa over Nebraska, I feel like has the best chance to win. I struggle to see Arkansas outplay Arizona for a full 40 minutes. Outside of the other games, if you want to consider Illinois a true underdog, they could obviously win. But that is not a game that I'm not necessarily calling them a big-time underdog. So from a perspective of who I think, in terms of the true to the sense of the word, underdog, best chance, I don't think Texas has a chance tonight, even though Texas, I believe, is undefeated on Thursdays this season. So
a little weird stat.
Weird stat, like 11-0 or something like that, or like or 10-0.
They're and listen, that play-in, what is it, the 11th seed? They usually go on a run, right?
They usually go on a run. They won 3 games.
And it's like, but like historically, if you go back and see like the first 4 games, like I think even Syracuse and Boeheim would do that back in the day as a playing team. So I actually am a little into that Texas maybe winning.
UCLA did that when they made the Final Four run in the 2021 year. It happens. NC State, all these teams. I don't actually know. NC State did not. Excuse me, because they won their conference. But game of biggest chance, I could see Iowa winning because Iowa matches up well with Nebraska.
Now I created a parlay where they're good friends at Hard Rock Bet, Kate Chumsland. I have all the favorites outside of Iowa. So I have Purdue, and it's just straight to win. Purdue, Iowa, Arizona, Houston, Duke. That's a plus 636 parlay. I do $10 on it, and I'm hoping to win, some good coin where they're good friends at Hard Rock. But, yeah, Purdue, Iowa, Arizona, Houston, and Duke. My one buddy hits me up and goes, "Oh, I know Hard Rock pays you to do that. That's terrible odds." And I text him back. I said, "It's the year of the chalk, brother. I'm going to need you to wake up. NIL killed Cinderella."
You can't do year of the chalk and then have an 8 seed win tonight or a 9 seed win tonight. You can't do that. That's not fair.
But Nebraska,
well, 9 seed. 9 seed. We're talking about the Elite 8. 9
they're
seed?
not Cinderella. Iowa is
I don't think they're
Cinderella.
No, they're not Cinderella, but year of the chalk. 9 seed?
Yeah, year of the chalk. Year of the chalk.
9? That doesn't count.
Year of the chalk. If the Final Four is littered with 1s and 2s, it's year of the chalk.
It's always like that, but maybe. Number 3.
Number 3.
Baseball, basketball, let's take it to the gridiron. Tom Brady revealed in a recent interview that he explored making a return to the NFL, but the league didn't, quote, like that idea very much, end quote. How many teams would be upgraded at quarterback with a 49-year-old Tom Brady?
I got to be fair here. Would I be unfair to say 10 teams?
I think it'd be more like Rodgers.
I agree.
I think it would be more like Aaron Rodgers at this point.
But again, 8?
I mean, my team would.
Be better on the Browns. He'd be better on the Cardinals. He'd be better on the Jets. I mean, the Raiders will like Mendoza, so I guess we won't count them. He'd be better for the Falcons. He'd be better for the Dolphins.
Do you say Vikings?
He'd be better for the Vikings, definitely, right now, today. Off of that alone, right there, that's 7 teams that we didn't even think about it.
Guys.
We didn't even think about it.
Here's it's 49.
No.
Guys, that's old. And listen, he is the go. Let's not get it twisted. He's a Michigan guy, whatever. I love Brady. All right, I love Tom Brady.
He wouldn't last physically.
Right.
He wouldn't last.
I love Tom Brady. He's the greatest quarterback of all time. 49, guys.
He would not
49.
Last. I agree with that. He wouldn't last.
I mean, I know I saw Phillip Rivers off of a Chipotle burrito, play a couple of games, but 49.
Brady would be an upgrade for the Colts right now.
Especially with Danny Dimes hurt, I would agree.
Wow. All right, now that's 9 teams right there.
I would agree.
Number 4.
Number 4.
So earlier today, on Theoretically Speaking, our very own Theo Dorsey made a controversial take with our very own Christina Costanza. I'm going to play you some raw audio. The context, what is the best day of the week?
Especially think about football. Thursday night football, good game on TV to watch that night.
Yeah.
You do a little happy hour after work as well. And then Friday is a very cruise into the workflow kind of day for everybody. That's why they have summer Fridays. Thursday is the best day of the week because everything is ahead of you. You have 4 days to look forward to ahead of you on a Thursday.
A Thursday, Theo Dorsey, the best day of the week. Thoughts?
If you walk through ESPN West Palm today, it didn't feel like the best day of the week. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
No, I don't know. It's just, I'm not thinking, I'm fine on Thursday. I do understand his rationale.
I do too. Thursday, I feel like it's so different for everyone because of work schedules and where you're at in life. Kate,
are we overthinking this? Is it not even close Friday?
It's Friday, that's what I was going to say. But to help Theo a little bit, Cade, for 4 or 5 years of my life, from about senior year of high school till end of college, I would probably agree with Theo. Friday, I didn't have to go to high school because I had the work, there was a work program that I did with this marketing class called DECA, where I would go and work Friday. But most of the times, I didn't even schedule myself on Friday. I made the schedule at the golf course. So I would just go be a degenerate with the boys on Friday. You know what I mean? And then college, I worked it out.
Classes on
I
Fridays.
worked it out in college. I never had class on Friday. Now, did I have other obligations like student TV, my internships, and all that stuff? Absolutely. But for a short period of my life, it was Thursday. But now, it's Friday. Colin and I, we work our butts off Monday through Friday. And granted, I work all weekend, but neither here nor there. You get excited. The weekend's there. I got a day off coming,
Yeah,
It's
Friday,
definitely Friday.
Friday or Saturday. It's done. I don't understand. We don't need to overthink it. The anticipation of the rest of the weekend is the reason why that day is that good. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. Cade, what do you think?
I'm going to say, if I'm taking it face value, I would actually say one of the weekends more than a Friday. Friday's so great because of the anticipation.
Yeah.
But if you're actually relaxing, then a Sunday or a Saturday is just a better individual day. If you're taking no context for the rest of the week, then you're more than likely going to have a better day on a Saturday or a Sunday. So
Sunday's good because Sundays usually get good sports.
And usually, so here's
good sports.
If I'm dumbing it down to my schedule right now, most of the time Inter Miami plays Saturday night, and I work Saturday morning. So I work all day Saturday usually. So actually, Saturday night is usually something special when I get home from Inter, because I can play video games all night with the boys and watch sports. And then Sunday I could sleep in till about 10 o'clock, go to the gym, and be on my own time. But I think Colin hit the nail on the head with Friday with the anticipation of the weekend, because you got great days coming up. For me, honest to God, though, boys, on Saturdays with Inter Miami, it doesn't even feel like I'm working. I love calling the Inter games, and Saturday morning, if anything, it keeps me from staying up all night on Friday night. I'm in bed at a decent time on Friday night, so I'm feeling great on Saturday and ready to go.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think we're overthinking it.
And you work out Saturday morning. You're up early on Saturday
I get up
mornings.
every day of the week. I like getting up every day of the week. I'm good about that.
I
don't sleep. I don't sleep.
Like 6? You get up at 6 every day?
No. Depends. If I'm training for something, I'll get up like 6. But if I'm normal,
7:30. 7:30. Yeah.
No problem.
Yep.
No problem. What's number 5?
Number 5.
A little bit of breaking news, at least for today, from ESPN. The network announced that today that the World Series of Poker will be returning to TV. What is a card or board game that you guys think you could dominate?
You're a big blackjack guy, right?
I'm a gambler. All right, gambler. I'm a card player. I'm a card shark in Texas Hold'em, a card shark in blackjack. I grew up playing these games with my dad and my grandfather at family parties. On the Sicilian side, on the Rizzo side, guys, I was playing cards at 9 years old. I knew how to play Texas Hold'em at 9 years old. So to answer that, I probably would go with Texas Hold'em. I mean, I grew up watching the World Series of Poker, guys. Chris Moneymaker winning the whole thing. Phil Hellmuth, the mouth. My brother and I, we watched that. So, I would probably say Texas Hold'em. Blackjack, there's too much, I feel like with blackjack is
There's a strategy to it, but
but
you're at the mercy of the deck.
correct, and the dealer. Like too many times the dealers are flipping 21s. For me, Texas Hold'em, because you could bluff your way into it, and you could. Texas Hold'em is a mental game because you can make people think you're playing a certain way when in reality you're wanting them to think that you're playing that way. So I don't know. I love Texas Hold'em. I wish we could get a game soon.
Yeah, I've never watched it though. You watch it?
Chris Moneymaker, Phil Hellmuth.
No, that doesn't interest me. What do you take? You get a favorite? You got a favorite player?
You gotta realize though,
You
Colin.
got a favorite player?
Yeah, Phil Hellmuth, man, the mouth. He was great. He was great. And then Chris, like the reason I keep bringing up Chris Moneymaker is because like he won like the first World Series of poker my brother and I really watched. And there were plenty of other names that I'm absolutely forgetting about as well.
Phil Ivey.
Phil Ivey was great. Yeah, and listen, the Asian guy was great too. I cannot believe I'm forgetting his name.
There's the Canadian, not Nagua. Who's Daniel somebody? Daniel, the Canadian.
Yeah, but guys, that's fun.
I've never heard any of these names in my life.
But, like, it wasn't, like, that was early 2000s. My brother and I were watching this, so like 10 to 13.
Well, do they hit a prime? Do they fall out?
Well, the prime of World Series of Poker, I would say, would be 05 to about 2010.
I'm talking about the players.
No,
So they play forever. These guys so the guy who grew up is still playing.
Phil Hellmuth, the Chris Moneymaker, I guarantee you are playing. And you want to know who knows these guys? Remember the Blackjack? Or the Fat Jack?
Yes.
Fat Jack knows all those guys.
Fat Jack
by
Sports?
The way. Yeah, he knows all those guys. Because remember, Fat Jack was a professional card player as well. But anyway,
because there's no prime, there's no athletic prime.
Yeah, Cade, like I said, man, my grandfather, we'd all watch this. We were card player. I was a card player at 9 years old growing up, taking people's money.
Oh, you're making it seem like you're some savant. Calm down, all right? Calm
Is
down.
there
Texas
anything?
Hold'em, I am.
Is there anything maybe like a cheesier card game or something that's not currently professionalized that you guys could maybe dominate?
Oh God! You guys ever heard of euchre? You used to play it in college. Euchre's great. It's luck, but euchre's fun.
I'm not a card player though. You know what I like? I like roulette.
Look at you, dude.
I like roulette. I like roulette.
You're like my cousin. You're a cousin Blake then. Dude, you would get into Texas Hold'em if you.
I know how to play Texas Hold'em. I know how to play.
It's best five cards.
I
It's
know how
that
to play.
easy.
I know how to play.
Best 5 cards on the board.
I know how to play. I know how to play blackjack too, to a loose degree. But
And
I don't like gambling. I don't like gambling money. Like if you're gonna, unless I'm something I know I'm confident in,
play
like
for $20.
a sports bet, then I know what I'm talking about. But I mean, at cards, I mean, you can get hustled. They can run you out the building. I don't know.
Hustled.
Yeah.
What do you watch too many movies? What are you thinking of 21 and Kevin Spacey?
It's not a bad movie. No, I'm just thinking like generally, like, if you get with the wrong dealer, they wipe you clean. You get with the wrong poker player.
Remember
they
my
wipe
rule:
you
you
clean.
lose 3 hands. You lose 3 hands in a row in blackjack. You get up. You
It's a
go to
waste
the
of
next
time.
table.
In my
Go to the next
personal
table.
opinion,
Go get a
it's
drink.
waste of time.
Go get a water. Go get club soda.
Yeah, I don't know.
Regroup. Maybe throw a couple of spins on the roulette. Go to the craps table. Shoot some dice.
It's a
and
waste
then you
of
go.
time.
You into craps?
No.
God, you're no fun in Vegas.
I think Vegas is a waste of time.
Never
I've told
been.
this
You can't
before.
say that.
It's
You've
a
never
waste
been,
of time.
though.
It's a godforsaken city.
You'd have a blast with me and my family in Vegas.
It's
That's all I'm saying.
objectively a godforsaken city.
Dude, if my dad took you to Vegas,
No,
you'd
no.
have a blast. You'd have a
Objectively.
blast.
Objectively.
It's
Put
what?
your personal bias
Objectively
aside,
what?
It's a godforsaken city. God turns a blind eye to Vegas.
It's a fun city.
If that's your synonym for godforsaken.
It's a fun city.
Yes.
You would love Encore Beach Club, too. We'd go beach club during the day.
Hey, can
We'd
I get a
gamble
water?
little
Yeah,
bit.
they'll run you about $49.99 with tax. Oh, no. I'm not. I'll go thirsty.
$49.99. Well, granted, it is $5 for a water. Colin's not wrong there. I was paying.
$49.99. Yeah.
Yeah, I was paying $5 for water.
You guys got napkins back there? Yeah, we're $15 a pop.
We had a cabana. Be free.
Oh,
We'd get a cabana.
You get it free at the cabana. Is that before or after the $15,000 payment?
It's not $15,000,
All right,
brother.
That's what I thought.
It's not $15K.
That's what I thought.
We know people
You're
out
the
there.
you're the guy who said, "Oh, you get it for free."
Bellagio Bob will
It's
help
not
us.
free. You paid for it.
Bellagio Bob will get
It's
us a deal.
you paid for it. It's not free.
Dude, you stay at the Bellagio with Uncle Tone, and we'll meet Bellagio Bob. We'll have a blast. You don't even have to leave. We have a saying, you don't even got to leave the complex. You can go to Vegas and stay at the Bellagio. You don't even have to leave the complex. Have a great weekend. Go see a show. Go play a little Texas Hold'em. In my opinion, the Bellagio pool is out of this world. Vegas is great. You just haven't been yet.
It's a waste of time city. It really is. It doesn't do it for me.
Never been though. if you've been and you told me it's a waste of time,
Vegas is in this like the sub-city of the New Orleans, Vegas, and like Nashville.
Listen, New Orleans and Nashville, that talk about a waste of time. Okay,
it's the same thing as Vegas.
No, it's not. Do not say that.
It's the same thing.
It is not the same
They're
thing
in the
as
same
Vegas.
subcategory.
Dude, New Orleans
of
is.
cities.
Listen, there are great spots in Louisiana. With that said, New Orleans is a filthy city, and it stinks. God, does that city smell like you know what?
Doesn't Vegas feel desolate, like dead?
No.
No, it's dead.
Dead?
The lights, you're in the middle
Are you
of the desert.
kidding me?
There's no feel there. Yeah, Vegas is dead.
You've never been there, dude. That's one of the more lively cities in the United States.
Lively is a word. There's no culture.
What do you mean no culture?
What is the culture of Vegas?
Having fun and gambling
it's not
and
a culture.
letting loose a little
It's not
bit.
a culture. It's like Disneyland. but
Dude.
for people who like losing money.
Women,
Women.
gambling,
Oh.
sports. It's everything. What? Like, that's Vegas.
It's a godforsaken
You don't
city.
like women, kid? All right,
It's-
we
no,
can find
all
you
right,
something
calm
else.
Down, calm
all
down.
right?
Jesus. It's one of those things where
A lot to do in Vegas.
listen, it's Disneyland for people who like losing money, and people who like losing money go to Disneyland anyway because they'll run you, 15
You go
grand
with
to
the
walk in the building.
you go with the $2,000 in the Tony Soprano envelope, and you
Oh.
don't expect to leave with any of it. And obviously, you don't have to do that, but that's the way I go to Vegas.
Well, that's how you're supposed to do it. That's
I
what
do
everybody
it.
says.
I save
You're
it
gonna-
nest
you're gonna
egg.
sa- You got to save it aside and
And you know
treat it as
something?
an expense.
The last 3 times I went, came back with more money than the Tony Soprano
Are you
envelope.
net positive or net negative?
Oh, I'm net positive in Vegas, 100%. My brother continues to tell me it's beginner's luck because I've only been 3 times. but
Oh, okay. So
I
it
said,
doesn't
Joe, what? So the 4th time I come home with money, is
Yeah,
it still beginner's luck?
No, if the 4th time you're gonna get rinsed. You're due. You're due.
I'm-
You're due for
I'm gonna
a bad weekend.
that $2,000 is
you are
just gonna
due
disappear.
for a bad weekend. You'll be
Oh.
Friday night. You'll be out of that $2,000. Friday night. You'll be dead as a doornail. You're due for it. All right. Fair enough. I'm all good on Vegas.
I cannot believe you hate Vegas.
I can't
believe
stand
it.
that the A's are going there.
You've
Can't
never,
stand it.
Cade, he's never been. Is he allowed to hate it?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That is a godforsaken city.
That's it. It's if you want to disagree, God doesn't love that city. I'll tell you that right now. All right?
So here's the thing, Rizzo. I've also never been, so I think the principle of not having been and judging is something to be mattered with. But when it comes to Las Vegas, you can just look at a picture. You see a bright light and then not a tree in sight for about 150 miles around it. That's a godforsaken city.
and a fake Eiffel Tower, and they got Elvis
You don't like the
impersonators.
Paris.
They got Elvis impersonators.
All right,
on
we're
the
not
street.
staying at the Paris when we go. All right,
They
noted.
got
Here's what I'll say about Vegas, though, Rizzo. I respect the science behind keeping your customers. So a song never finishes in a casino because they never want it to feel like it's over.
Yeah,
like
there is
there's
some
there's a
psychology to it.
whole bunch of little
more
things
that.
that I think is super
Well,
fascinating.
They pump air into the building. They have no clocks,
Oh yeah,
no
100%.
windows.
Dude,
Yeah.
guys, I when I'm in Vegas, usually get 3 hours, 4 hours of sleep a night. Dude, I wake up like I got 9. Oh my God, I wake up like I got 9. So
You love Vegas. Vegas loves you. I'll tell you that.
I just, and
they
Cade,
love when you come in and donate to the cause.
Cade, I know you're not going for the gambling and the women and all that, but like there's more to do in Vegas than that.
Like what?
There's great food. You could go to a show. You could go
Great
to a
food?
play.
Oh, there's not.
The food is unbelievable in Las Vegas.
It could cost you.
I was about to say, I think the price has to be handled in this conversation. Like, I'm not going there for food because I'm going to lose all of my bank account on the 3rd meal.
What I'm saying is you could go to Vegas and ball on a budget. If you're not gambling, you go to Vegas and under $1,000 go to Vegas and have fun. If you don't plan on playing table games, that's my 2 cents on it.
You know it. I scheduled my Vegas trip with my college buddies my senior year. I did not even go.
Yeah, that was. I think you were wrong there. I think you were wrong there. You missed a good time with your buddies and a chance to go to Vegas.
I'll do it
I think
again.
you were wrong.
I would do it again. Down on Vegas. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo from Amaranth Bank Arena. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most. getting better. I'm Glenn Levine with Anajar and Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $899 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
ESPN 106.3 congratulates the Season 2 TGL champions, the Los Angeles Golf Club, on winning the SoFi Cup. LA took down Jupiter, even with Tiger Woods making a dramatic return to the course. Shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, and overtime, we saw it all this season. Right now, head to tglgolf.com and participate in the season's best fan vote. Awards for the top players, holes, styles, and strategy are in your hands. TGL, presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf.
Hey, it's Tina. F45 Palm Beach Gardens just launched a brand new referral program. And yes, you get rewarded for bringing your friends. You can earn up to $50 off your next month for each referral. $10 when they try a class, $10 more if they complete the trial, and up to $30 if they sign up for an unlimited membership. That's real savings, real motivation, and real results. Grab your workout buddy and let's get started at F45 Palm Beach Gardens.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
College basketball is heating up, and the tournament is here. Don't let your home get caught off guard. Get game ready now with EDS Air Conditioning. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. Right now, qualified customers can get 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong on the court, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS has been the trusted MVP since 2006. Visit EDSIsyes.com today.
Free trial of 7 days. If customer does not cancel prior to the end of a trial period, fees will apply.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
You might have won big if you bet the Mets today to beat the Pirates and you bet the over. If you parlay that together on the Hard Rock Bet app, you can have a whole lot of fun.
Folks, everyone is invited to the Hard Rock Bet party. It doesn't matter who you are, your name is on the guest list. And if you sign up today and double your winnings on your first 10 bets, it's a maximum of 50, you can double your winnings. So get those bets in and get the party started with our good friends at Hard Rock Bet. Once again, if you would have won $100 on your bet, you would have made that $200. So download the Hard Rock Bet app today, make your first deposit, and get the party started. I have a parlay up right now on my Instagram. That is at MikeRizzo22. It's also on our ESPN West Palm Instagram at ESPN West Palm. I went with all the favorites tonight. Shocker. Purdue, Arizona, Houston, Duke. But I did go with Iowa. Iowa, the lone favorite I'm not going with. So once again, just to win, flat out, Purdue, Iowa, Arizona, Houston, and Duke. That is plus 636. That is plus 636 odds. We're trying to win money, folks. Keep that in mind with our good friends at Hard Rock Bet. That is offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or a friend are concerned about gambling, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE. That's 1-833-PLAY-WISE. Payable in bonus bets.
Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3, live from Amerant Bank Arena, where you get the Wild coming into town tonight, 7 p.m. against the Florida Panthers. Will Wade, did you see this? So Will Wade, who, by the way, was the head coach following Matt McCall, who we had on yesterday, at Chattanooga. He coached VCU for 2 years. Then he took the LSU job back in 2017. From 2017 to about 2021, 2022, he was the LSU's coach, and he had a lot of very successful teams. He had a couple good tournament teams. Remember, he had that one team that beat Maryland on the game winner with Tremont Waters. And then after that, it was sort of on the edge of paying for recruits, giving certain luxuries to players. He was a shady figure, right? He went under the table, payments, anything you possibly need, recruitment. He broke every rule in the book. LSU had to fire him.
Brother, you told me this, and the first thing I said was, didn't he almost go to jail?
So it was a whole situation. Yes, LSU had to fire him. He basically served like a little bit of a death penalty. You didn't hear from him for about a year and a half. He takes the McNeese job, right? And the McNeese job, he was there, and he was immediately great. They didn't schedule anybody that one year they made the tournament, and they had 2 good years. And then all of a sudden, he goes from McNeese to NC State. Goes to NC State in the ACC, a team that was 2 years removed from the Final Four, and it was a team that got rid of their coach a year after that. They wanted to get a new, big fighter. Will Wade comes in, screaming Wolfpack, does photo shoots that Jim Valvano did on that famous run. He did press after press after press, winning at NC State, winning at NC State, being in NC State, Wolfpack, ACC, next to Duke and North Carolina. He's there for 1 year. He's there for 1 year in a year that they go 20-14. They're a serviceable team. Don't get anything done. LSU hires the McNeese State deputy AD that was there when Wade got hired. They hired him yesterday. Nobody knew that Wade was leaving yet. They hired him because apparently it was a provision in Will Wade's underneath the carpet contract that he wanted this deputy AD back. So LSU fires this deputy AD. Matt McMahon, who was their current coach, was still employed. They get Will Wade in there. They secure it. They lock it down. Then they get rid of the coach. He's back after 1 year.
I feel bad for NC State, who thought they found their coach for
That's it.
5+ years.
This is the second time that LSU has done this. They did this with Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
And I know that LSU and NC State are not rivals, but in terms of level of job, this is not leaving for Duke basketball. This is not that. He's going back to LSU because I think LSU will give him a little bit more NIL and will let him do the Wild Wild West. That's after 1 year. And the AD came out and said, I'll read you the quote. He goes, this is Boo Corrigan, the North NC State AD. He goes, Tuesday night, him and Will Wade talked about everything in the program. I asked him what we needed to be competitive. From there, as far as the recognition, all I got was an email that we received from his agent. He said, I commiserate with the fans in terms of feeling lied to, and I'd like them to know that I'm as surprised as they are as to what has gone on.
LSU is that it's that program right now. It's that program that's just thieving coaches and will do whatever it takes to win. Now, remember, they thieved away Brian Kelly. That didn't work out. Forgive me for thinking that after all of the mess that happened with Lane Kiffin, that's probably not going to work out.
He's not walking into UNC basketball like LSU football is and trying to win national championships. He obviously, it's not the expectation there.
Yeah.
He was the most successful LSU coach they've had in recent memory. But talk about two slimy coaches.
Let me ask you this. Yeah.
As Lane Kiffin and Will Wade.
What's a worse look? The coach actually leaving after a year like that in NC State, or LSU thieving another coach? I think it's the coach.
I think it's the coach, too.
The coach sold.
LSU's allowed to go after whoever they want. It's up to the coach to have a little dignity and respect and integrity, I should say, to stay
Yeah.
Because he made a commitment.
Yeah, and listen, looking at he probably promised stuff to boosters, to the kids on the roster. Like, all right, if he was there for 3 years
That's
or whatever,
one thing. That is one thing.
But
1 year,
1 year,
is a slap in the face.
and he didn't do anything. What, they make the NCAA? They didn't
Yeah,
make the
20 and
NCAA.
14. They were 20 and 14 in the ACC.
They didn't make the NCAA tournament. They didn't do anything.
Well,
So
remember, they did make the NCAA tournament.
and they got rocked.
They got rocked.
First round, right?
Yes.
Who? I don't remember them making it. Was it a first 4 game?
It was the first 4 game because they lost to Texas. That was it.
Okay. Yeah.
Technically,
That's why I didn't remember it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Texas, that they're the team right now that's going on the run. But regardless, at 14 wins, you could argue in that ACC conference with how top-heavy it was with Duke.
But that's a joke.
Yeah.
NC State made a Final Four 3 years ago. So the fact that you could leave after 1 year, it just goes to show how cutthroat that business, the business is. Collegiately,
But
at
now-
the basketball and football level, that is as slimy as it gets. I don't think in terms of a tandem of slimy coaches, look no further than what LSU has to offer.
Now NC State becomes open.
That's true.
Now NC State is open, and now that's another opportunity, for a coach to go there. Obviously, Colin and I, we're very biased when it comes to Luke Murray and what's going on there. But,
I don't think he'll get called there, but he might.
But it's one of those things. Another job opens up. You got North Carolina. We're assuming maybe Kansas if Bill Self decides to walk away. But you have big time jobs right now that are on the market. I think NC State's a great job. I do.
Good athletic program, a good conference. You play in a great location. You're in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Been to a Final Four the last 5 years. I don't know, man. Where did he go, by the way? I'm all over the place. The NC State coach that went to the Final Four.
Keats, they got rid of him.
They fired him?
Yeah, they got rid of him.
Wow. So goes to a Final Four and then gets fired. But at the same time,
Where is Keats? Let's check. He hasn't coached since. No.
But so they've been through 2 head coaches, and the reason I brought that up, they've been through 2 head coaches in 3 years?
Yes.
Wow.
Last offseason is when yes. This is going to be their 3rd coach in about 12 and a half months.
And it just goes back to Will Wade being
That's
a scumbag.
Slimy.
That's
that is slimy.
I'm going to say it. That's
that
a scumbag
is slimy.
move. That's a scumbag move. They escorted him out of Louisiana basically in handcuffs, right? Wasn't allowed to talk to anybody, wasn't allowed to see anybody. There was an investigation going on.
And he's back, what,
And now he's
3
back
years?
3.5 years later.
Oh, come on. That is a joke. I can't stand guys like that. I understand taking the next job for your career. LSU, this is not UNC basketball.
That's home.
If he took the
It's home
NC
to
State
him.
job and then UNC called him, you know what? You can make an understanding for that. LSU basketball does not warrant that type of behavior.
Apparently,
he's doing it because LSU, you're allowed to do whatever the heck you want. They'll give you decent enough NIL money. You're second fiddle to football, and it's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where clearly they don't care about who they pluck, who they go after, their recruiting practices. They don't care about any of that. They don't care.
He's home.
He's home. He's home.
He's home. That's the only thing. He likes living in Louisiana, and
maybe
likes
NC State's
that
at
athletic
fault
director at McNeese.
Because you knew he was slimy, and you still made a deal with him,
No,
thinking that you love. It's like faulting Ole Miss for going after Lane Kiffin. Well, this is what Lane Kiffin does. It's a little different with the Ole Miss situation because he was going to the playoff.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like you got to know the personality you're dealing with when you're hiring these coaches. Are you getting somebody that's loyal? And if you are, great. If you're not, then forget it.
You're telling me that McNeese is AD got the Florida AD job?
No, excuse me. The LSU, he's like the assistant AD at LSU now.
Okay,
They just put him on staff.
I see.
Deputy AD.
They put. You want to know what? They put him on staff to go get Will Wade back.
That's it. And they didn't get rid of their current coach until they got Will Wade locked in.
Wow.
And there were reports yesterday that Will was like, "Yeah, I'll go to LSU if and when it opens." That was the quote. That was the report. If and when.
I don't mean to laugh because NC State is the damage here, but wow, dude.
Don't make a deal with the devil.
No, that's a scummy move.
Can't do that.
Who? I was like, who is the most shady coach in college basketball?
I think that the shadiest coaches are both at LSU.
Sean Miller is pretty shady. I got to be honest.
Bruce Pearl, pretty shady.
He's retired. He's on the desk now.
He'll
By the
might
way,
get hired eventually, but yes.
You think he's going to go back to coaching?
I do.
What, do you think that elaborate scheme was to just get his son in?
Yes.
And he lost a lot of games this year.
Yep. I think he'll get a job. He might get called at NC State. Who knows? Slimiest guys. I mean, yes, there's a ton of guys. Patino is slimy, but Patino's at least.
No.
objectively you're incorrect.
Patino's great. Patino's great.
I love Patino.
He's not
He's
slimy.
got that in Mike. Come on.
He's not slimy.
He burned the Celtics to the ground.
Well, it just didn't work out. He wasn't an NBA coach. He wasn't an NBA coach.
He burned him to the ground. I mean, let's be honest.
You know, Louisville,
When he came in, he immediately got Antoine Walker in there and fined, I mean, geez, he burned that place.
And then you're talking about Louisville, all right. Not a good look, not a good look.
But the thing about Patino is he's got that Italian endearing quality where did you see the video of him leaving?
Yeah, he was holding court.
He was holding court with all the donors.
That's
amazing.
great.
That's great. That's fun.
I mean, St. John's, they're nobodies. That team was a nobody before Patino went there. When was the last time they went to the Sweet 16? The 90s?
99.
Oh, what a waste of time. I mean, yeah, of course he brought that program back. They were in the water. Who was there? Chris Mullen?
Yeah.
Ran that into the ground.
Wow. Right. But nothing takes the cake quite like Will Wade.
Sean Miller was bad.
And I know
too.
recruits. I know Tremont. I know Tremont Waters. And that's somebody who's from Connecticut. And he was a Will Wade player. Oh boy, Will Wade, we got some stories for you. Look at that. Jeez. Mike Rizzo, Colin, Russo from Amarant Bank Arena. Close out the program next. Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Whether it's a clutch touchdown pass, a game-winning dunk, or an impressive dash to the finish, we want to highlight the best performance of the week. The winning performance will receive $500 courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Catch the biggest moments and winners all season long on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. Nominate them today by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar and Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Live from Amarant Bank Arena, where tonight you're going to have the Minnesota Wild taking on the Florida Panthers right here. They got a little bit of like a sidewalk sale with all the gear going on outside. Fans are starting to pile in here on a beautiful Thursday afternoon, early evening here, the 26th of March, 2026. While the playoffs might not be on the horizon for the Florida Panthers, it's still one of the best home ices in the entire league. And hockey fans, you got to listen up because this is huge. United States gold medalist brothers, one of whom is a Florida Panther himself, Matthew and Brady Tkachuk, are coming to Palm Beach Autographs for a live in-store public autograph signing, and you are invited. Mark your calendar for Monday, March 30th at 6 p.m. down at Palm Beach Autographs inside the mall at Wellington Green in Wellington. This is your chance to meet two of the biggest stars in hockey face to face. Bring your favorite jersey, puck, stick, photo. Go get it signed. Want to make it even more personal? You could ask and add a custom inscription. If you really want to level it up, don't miss an exclusive photo op with both Matthew and Brady, and their gold medals going to be on site. Tickets are required to attend and will be emailed to you after purchase. You can get them right now on your phone and print them out for entry. And if you can't make it in person, there are mail-in and pre-order signed items options available with Palm Beach Autographs. That's autographs, photos, gold medals. This is a championship-level experience that you will not get every day, and it's at the Wellington Green in Wellington. Get your tickets now. Don't miss your chance to meet Matthew and Brady Tkachuk live at Palm Beach Autographs. Apparently, we're getting Matthew on next week.
Yeah. We're gonna have Matt Tkachuk on at Autographs. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hope he has a gold medal.
Hey, we'll have it there. So, but apparently he'll be joining us live, so I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. We can get the whole shtick about celebration mid-season. He came back. He missed the first about 2-3 months of the year. I'm excited for that. We haven't had it. We had Seth Jones on, who's has been banged up this year. But outside of the Panther guys, we've only had Seth Jones, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
well, we've had the GM.
We've had Bill Zito a number of times.
He's great to us. But yeah, we're gonna. I mean, arguably the most popular Panther player out there. You think he's the most popular one? Has to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably. Him and Barkov. But in terms of personality, yeah, it's definitely Tkachuk. Wow. All right. How about that? I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. Palm Beach Autographs is going to be Monday, 6 p.m. Go get your tickets with Palm Beach Autographs. All right, here at Amerant Bank Arena, we got a lot of. This is a good night to have a lot of screens.
Oh, jeez.
Because you're going to have baseball throughout the night. You get your World Cup fixtures, which I believe.
Yeah,
Italy has won.
So
Italy needs to win one more to qualify for the World Cup.
They need to win. Hang on, I'll tell you exactly who the winner is.
Well,
Oh, my God. We have extra time with Czechia and Ireland.
What's the score?
2-2, 94th minute. Kyle, it's going to PKs. This is a knockout round. This is a chance to go to the, quote, UEFA Qualification Championship. So the winner of Czechia and Ireland will play in the next round, and that team will have to beat the other team to get to the World Cup.
Right.
So, but Italy, they won 2-0 against Northern Ireland. And speaking of another game that's in extra time, Wales and Bosnia.
Doesn't Wales have that? If Wales wins, they have that next game.
Italy.
At home
against Italy.
That's right. That's right. At home
against Italy. But
so it'll be Wales at home against Italy, and that will be in May, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Like a month before the World Cup.
Right before the World Cup.
Yeah.
And then Kyle, I personally right now, I want nothing to do with that home pitch at Wales.
That'd be a tough game.
I want nothing. I rather face Bosnia, and I think if Bosnia wins, Italy will have home field. So, with how everything is shaken out.
And Ireland, I know I saw a bunch of videos of a bunch of Irish fans piling into their pubs about 10 hours ago.
They're on pint number 15 because it's in the 95th minute, 2-2 against Czechia.
Wow.
And
how about that?
I want to see. Let me figure out who they would play in the next round, by the way.
Because Italy, now that they have won, is going to take on the winner of that Bosnia and Wales match.
Correct.
And
I'm going to figure out if it's
Turkey won today.
Turkey beat Romania.
And Turkey's going to get that bid, and they'll be in the United States' group in the World Cup.
Yep, and Turkey and Denmark and North Macedonia. Poland, Robert Lewandowski, still one of the better strikers who plays for Barcelona. They beat Albania 2-1. Sweden beating Ukraine. So Ukraine out of the World Cup. They will not be represented. They got a lot of good players in Ukraine, too. Interesting.
So Ukraine's participating even with the conflict?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Wow. How about that? All right, so we're getting closer. It's better for the World Cup. I mean, if Italy can't qualify for 48 countries.
Well, the issue is, Colin, they had the best team. They finished second in their region for the original UEFA qualifications before it went to this ridiculous, friggin' winner-go-home bracket. They had Norway, who scored the most goals in all UEFA. Norway was the number one team out of qualifications. That's why they had to play in this.
Right.
Which stinks, but.
Wow. All right, so keep an eye on that. You got baseball tonight, and you get the Sweet 16 tonight. And you got the Minnesota Wild taking on the Florida Panthers. Sports fans dream. This might be, we talked about it with Matt Berry earlier in the week. This might be the best time of the year. Outside, I would say October is the best time of the year. But second best time of the year, I would say, is that mid-March to early April.
Well, you got
window.
we're
doing like a 3-week window. We're talking.
Got the NBA playoffs, starting up. Could finally start watching that league again.
Oh, but it's from think about it,
Masters.
from the players to the Masters.
Yeah.
That 3-4 week period where you have Selection Sunday, Conference Championship Week, the NCAA tournament, And then you all of a sudden you get opening day. Then it kind of closes things out with the Masters. I don't know if there's a better 3-week period outside of October where it's October baseball mixed with football. I don't know if there's a better stretch of the entire sports calendar year that's better than that.
I would like how about this? It depends how big of a football fan you are.
Like tackle, like the American football?
Yeah,
or,
yeah. Sorry, world football.
All right, so give me an example. Give me a period of time. The NFL playoffs.
I think the NFL playoffs, bowl season / college football playoff, and then personally that first weekend when you have college and you roll into NFL is a lot of fun.
So that would be like the first weekend of September, leading past Labor Day. Then obviously the Thursday after Labor Day is when the NFL starts.
Yep.
And then that week where you start to get everything rolling.
Because usually
I like that. I don't think that's my favorite, but I do like that.
Kyle, that's what week 2 of the NCAA season. We usually have a marquee game.
Right.
We usually have an SEC versus a Big Ten.
You have a couple games that August 22nd, but then
Yeah.
that September weekend of Labor Day, you might have 2 weeks.
And then you have your first NFL Sunday for Red Zone. And I know you're not necessarily a Red Zone guy. However,
I keep an eye on Red Zone.
Yeah, however you consume your football.
Sunday ticket day.
For me, it's like I have Sunday ticket and Red Zone. I got 15 monitors on. And NFL is king, man. It's the king, and I feel like a lot of people push back on that. For me, Colin, I mean, opening day. I love MLB opening day. March Madness is my favorite. March Madness is my favorite first day.
But I like the mixture too. That's why
right.
period of time in the sports calendar year. If you want to make it like a 4-week period, you got the NCAA tournament into opening day, into the Masters, into the NBA postseason. I think that's excellent.
It's funny. I laugh when people complain about the summer, how there's nothing, because I'm just such a big baseball fan. I hope more people get into baseball this year.
Well, this summer,
I hope more people buy into baseball and start watching. Now, the only reason I bring that up, too.
The dog days exist for the fans, too. You got to keep that in mind.
Now, Theo, from Theoretically Speaking, 2 to 4, he said he's going to try to watch 3 Houston Astros games
2
a
to
week.
3.
Do you think he's going to be able?
2?
I hope.
Dude, he played. The thing about it is I know what it's like following an AL West team. It's a lot of 10-10s. It's a lot of 10-10 first pitch. Those games are not easy to watch on a weeknight. And that means you're going on the weekend. I think Theo will get 1 a week. I think 1 a week is safe. I don't think 2 a week is safe.
I think Theo will give it an honest go. Now, I hate that he's an
I mean, you have your East Coast road trips which help. But whenever they're playing in Seattle, Anaheim, Sacramento, like they're playing in Oakland, Texas, those are 10-10s.
Theo hates all the Houston teams. And he picked the one Houston team I can't stand.
The one that's the most successful of the bunch, too.
Unbelievable.
Hey,
I'll get on him for that. Unbelievable. We could have done better than the Astros.
I thoroughly agree with that.
He does not. He is from Houston. He does not root for any Houston team.
Not even Houston college basketball.
And now he wants to get into baseball, and he picks Houston. Theo, what are we doing? You picked the cheaters.
I give him once a week. It's hard to be on a beat game for game with a with a West Division team. It is. Being in the East Coast. It is.
I'm a night owl. The Guards playing Seattle. I'll be up for every pitch at Tanner Bybee tonight. I'll be up for every pitch.
I do think
Williams
people.
Tomorrow.
Here's the thing. If you're a calendar year sports fan, we only got 30 seconds here. I'll try to say this quickly.
Yep.
Calendar year sports fan. Listen, like April to mid-May, there's basketball every single night. There's Stanley Cup playoffs every single night. Got to stay on top of it.
Yep.
So we'll close things out here. That's Mike Rizzo. Appreciate Kate Chumston keeping us up over the airwaves today. Enjoy the Panthers. Enjoy the baseball. Enjoy the college basketball. We'll see you next time. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
A resort destination beyond compare, yet conveniently close to home. The Breakers Palm.